Hey YouTube, what is going on? Today we're going to be changing the headlamp on my 2012 Nissan Altima. This repair slash replacement is compatible with the 2007 models all the way up to 2012. But this is the new headlamp I'm going to be taking out, showing you, and I'm going to be showing you step by step how to replace the old one, put in the new one. And all of the links for parts and tools that I use are going to be in the description below. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this guy up. See, that's brand new. Alright, so there you have it. You got your new headlamp, complete assembly, every little thing that you're going to need, and then of course we're going to show you how to place all the bulbs and all that. Show you where everything goes. I'm hoping this is a quick replacement, but this is you can tell this is a quality part, and pretty excited to get this thing on. Okay, I hope this video ends up being helpful to you. If you have any questions at all, comment below, and also make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, so these are the tools you're going to need. You're going to use the hammer sparingly, but I threw it in here, and I'll mention it later on in the video where I used it. But mainly it's the flathead screwdriver, a ratchet, and the ratchet extension, along with a 10mm socket. And of course you're going to want to have a towel. If you want to use gloves, you use gloves. Again, all of these tools are going to be in the description below. Now these are the parts that actually came new on the headlamp that I bought. So that's really nice to know you're going to have all these new. So I guess if these are still good for you, you can end up selling them on eBay. Okay, so as far as the actual problem with the headlamp that I have, of course it's on the passenger side, but this is the same procedure for either side or both. I guess it cracked at a certain point and moisture started getting in. So luckily these bulbs didn't get damaged, but there it is, you see it. It's like this 24/7. It doesn't stop from being moisturized on the inside. So that's damaged. Eventually your lights will be damaged as well. So it's better off to get it fixed. You may be upgrading, and this may be the same procedure. I don't know exactly what you're doing. But if it's something like this, of course that headlamp that I used, I highly recommend. So this is the first thing you're going to want to do is remove these clamps all around the front of the grill. Then you're going to locate, you can use a Phillips screwdriver, or you can use the 10mm socket to remove this. It's basically what's holding this side of the bumper onto the rest of the vehicle. So it's just one bolt that needs to be removed, and then you'll have access to another bolt that's right on the bottom that will release the headlamp. Okay, so that will automatically release the that side of the bumper, and you can loosen that up, and then you're going to get to the rest of these bolts that need to be removed. So in total there's about 4 major bolts that need to be removed. This one on the bottom, as well as the one before that releases the bumper, and then there's 2 major ones at the top that are pretty easy to access. So that all those release, that will allow you to release and remove the headlamp. So at this point, once you've removed everything, all the bolts that need to be removed, you're going to kind of work this out. You don't want to use too much force here, just kind of work things around and then remove it from that area, flip it upside down so that you have access to the cables and the bulbs. And you can see here all the moisture that ended up getting in. There's, a few drops of water. So you never want that in your headlamp. So luckily, we're switching this out. Here is the new one. Again, link in the description below for the exact one. That's going to give you 2 new of these bulbs that are on here that I'm about to replace. and then your turning signal bulb, that one is going to be brand new as well. So that's nice that it has those. I wouldn't expect it to have all the other light bulbs because those are more expensive, but it's nice that you have at least 3 new bulbs there. Okay, so the 3 bulbs I just did there, those are the ones I was talking about. Now this here, this bulb here that I just tried to attach, which I'm going to do in just a few seconds, that is the one I needed to hammer in. Now you'll see here I struggle a little bit to get it in, and I wrestled with this for a few minutes, but at the end I ended up removing it from the actual connection, hammering it in a little bit, and then being able to twist it and lock it in place and then reconnect it. So that is the bulb that may have a little bit of a fitment issue, but if you have a hammer, tap it very lightly in, it will end up going in, twist it, lock it in place, and that's really all you need to do. That's really the only fitment problem I had with this whole thing, and it was very easily solved. So just like with anything on a car that you're replacing, before you put everything back together, you need to test, make sure that everything is working with the lamp, and in this case it did. Everything was perfect, so that's great to see that. So at this point we can proceed and fit it in place, just like when we removed it, kind of wiggling it out of place. You're going to wiggle it slowly into place here until everything is exactly where it needs to be, and along the way these cables you need to adjust them, whatever you need to do, get it in there, and you can begin to put on the bolts and everything else that needs to go back on. All right, it looks just like new again. Perfect, very easy install. If you have any questions at all, comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe.